Hey everybody, Glenn Tompkins here on our YouTube channel. Have you heard the news about Avis today? What? You haven't? Avis is up bigly today on the best quarter that they've ever had for earnings. So I looked at it and I said, is this just a flash in the pan because of that? Or is this still a good long-term play? If you want to find out what I found out, you sit right there. Hello everybody, Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Always love bringing these videos to your attention, especially when it's hot off the press like it is right now. Now, if you're brand new to the channel, by all means, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted to when new content comes out. But most of all, what I really want you to do is smash that like button. All right, with all of that being said, let's talk about the news that happened with Avis today, or ticker symbol CAR. Now, here's the news. Avis third quarter income, the best in history. Wow, in history. So how long has Avis been around? Or, let's, again, CAR, since 1946. Also, they also own Budget. Now, Budget Rent-A-Car, and they have 5,500 locations in 165 countries. So it's one of the biggest car rentals out of here. And so this was big news for them. As I scroll down in the story, let's take a look at it. They posted a $3 billion in revenues for the third quarter of 2021. $3 billion. The company reported today, actually yesterday, the total almost doubled the COVID-affected prior year and was also 9% higher than the third quarter of 2019. Revenues were driven by increased revenue per day and rental days, and demand continued from the second quarter. Are people renting more cars now that COVID is sort of kind of over, but not kind of over? People started, when COVID started to get out of the fray of, whew, all right, we're getting some breath of fresh air. People started traveling a little bit, and rental cars have been taken off left and right, up and down. So that's the first story I have. The next one is Avis goes full meme after earnings blowout, and Hertz is coming along for the ride. You do remember last week, Hertz put in a big order with Tesla for 100,000 new electric cars. So that was big news. So in 2 weeks, two rental companies for cars has been rocking and rolling. Avis Budget was rocketed higher Tuesday after the company obliterated earnings estimate on Monday. A short squeeze might be in play. Interesting. So just because the stock is talked about, retail investors try to get in on it, the whole 9 yards, now it's talking about a squeeze may be in play. I'm not on board with that just quite yet. I might have to do a little digging before I possibly do another video if that's the case. So talking about that, let's get back to the Hertz deal. Now, Hertz will supply, remember, 100,000 vehicles, up to 50,000 Teslas to Uber's rental program. So now Uber is going through the process where you can rent a car to Uber instead of having to use your own car. That's going to open up the door to many people who want to Uber, but you know something? Your cars have to hit specific criteria in order for you to be an Uber driver. This really opens up the door for more drivers to come into the Uber world and rent the cars. And they're going to be a lot of electric cars. All right, so again, all going on in the rental industry. Now, this is another one. Hertz deal. So now we already talked about Avis and what it's doing today. Let's go still talk about Hertz. Hertz deal isn't just tipping a point for Tesla and EVs, but car rentals in climate change era. We're all looking to produce a smaller footprint in, in our world, and electric cars have been coming up, and I got my own thoughts on regards to electric cars and how that's growing and yada, 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 yada. But nonetheless, it could be a change. And now you got to look at other companies like Enterprise. Are they going to jump on board with this? And so on and so on and so forth. we'll keep our eyes on them. So I'm going to be looking at both Avis today because of the big pop, but I'm also going to keep Hertz in mind because of the big news that happened with them last week. So let's get into the software real quick. Here's Avis. Big move, 101%. Earlier today, it was a lot higher than that. $174 change on the stock that's trading right now at $344. It's a little bit over its value, but that doesn't make it a bad stock. It does tell me that people are willing to pay a premium to own the stock. But look at things like relative value, the stock's upside potential. This company, Avis, should outperform a AAA corporate bond by 46% over the next 1 to 3 years. It's got good upside potential. Relative safety. Do they normally meet or exceed their earnings expectations? Above 1 tells me that yes, they have a high probability of continuing to meet their earnings expectations. Does it mean that the next quarter is even going to be better than this quarter? I don't know, but a blockbuster quarter moving the stock's price up tremendously. Stock is definitely moving up by way of RT. Look at the stock. $8.72 earnings, and they grow their earnings at a clip of 34%. So I'm not looking at this as a flash in the pan. I do know that the stock is slightly overvalued, but it's got great upside potential, good earnings, and growing it at 34% a year. Now let's look at Hertz real quick. Hertz is trading at 36 with a value of 10. All right, upside potential not nearly as good as it is with Avis. The safety not as good as it is with Avis, but look at this. RT. So remember the story said that Avis is moving up and Hertz is pretty much riding its coattails? Look at relative timing. Relative timing tells me that that is the case. Now, they've got positive earnings. They grow their earnings, not at a double-digit clip, but at least 9% a year. I like that as well. But I like Avis better even though it's up as much as it is today. Let's do this. Let's go view the stock graph, and I want to look at it real time today. First, before I do that, this catches my attention. This is a news-driven stock, and look at the big wick at the top of this candle. That's a lot of give back. There's a lot of people profit taking on this ginormous move on the stock. But coming into today, look at this steady upside move. The 3 and the 8s look beautiful as the stock's price has gone up. A lot more up days than down days. Beautiful volume today on the news, and look at the earnings per share. Earnings are growing. I like to play long term. Even though I see the move and a lot of people taking profits, that makes sense. The stock, let's talk about that. The stock's price closed yesterday at $171 and went up to a high today of $545. Do you not think that people are taking profits on this? Absolutely. And the bulls trying to get in because of fear of missing out can't outweigh what's going on with the stock's price, people taking the profits. I still like the stock though. All right, that's on an end of day basis. Let's go change this from end of day to intraday, 5-minute bars, current day. How news driven is this? Look at this. Out of the gate, ran earnings, beautiful. Everybody's jumping on board. Where would have been a good time to take your profits today as a day trade would have been somewhere around 11:15 this morning, where the stock's price, the 3 and the 8 cross. Now, we're sitting after just a little bit of 12:30 today. Look at the 3 and the 8. And I think right now, a lot of people still trying to get into the stock may drive the stock's price way up higher again today. We won't know until the end of the day. But intraday, news driven, beautiful move up, pulled back, people taking profits, but I'm thinking that people still have fear of missing out and will try to get into the stock going into the close of the day, and we'll see. We still got more than about a half of the day still left in the stock. Now, for many of you will say, well, wait a minute, the stock is up today. You guys, why couldn't you help us before this happened? I'm glad you asked that question, because now I've got something for you. If you are a VectorVest subscriber, we do something every night. We call it the hot stocks. We provide our customers with hot stocks every single night. If you are not a VectorVest subscriber, 99 cents here from YouTube will get you into the software for 30 days. 30 days, you can get those hot stocks that we provide for you every single night as a subscriber. So here's 927, our hot stocks. Look at that. Avis, top of the list. Since then, on 927 until right now, 283%. All right, that was one time.
We talked about it again on 10/5/2021. Avis, top of the list. Stock's price was at $481. It went up to, no, that's the stock price. It went up 274%, but we gave that to you on 10/5. We already had the earnings date in there for you as well. And then couple of 10/18, a few days after that, still at the top of the list. Look at that, and it's up from then until right now, 204%. Folks, we've been talking about it in the VectorVest software that long, just to let you know that we did have our eye on it, and you as a VectorVest subscriber was able to take a look at it as well. Do you know something? Just a quick fact here. What's the longest running car rental place? Happens to be Hertz. It's been around since 1918, but Avis and Hertz are two of the biggest out there right now. Hertz owns a couple of other companies like Dollar and Thrifty. Avis owns Budget. So a lot of those car companies that are out there are owned a lot by these two companies. So they're both still big companies in this space. And you know something? I'm thinking that with the Hertz deal, I'm thinking that other car rental companies may be looking at getting into electric rentals as well. So it's something to just keep in mind. So folks, that is what's going on with Avis today. Nice move, beautiful earnings, the best ever. And I still think that long term it's got some legs. But you're going to look at today, the stock's price is going to pull back because a lot of people are going to take profits. That's a big move on the stock's price between yesterday and today after the earnings report. And folks, it's going to happen. But long term, I think you still keep your eyes on it. And I am thinking that more and more of these rental companies are going to be looking into renting out electric vehicles. So just keep your eyes on that. Folks, this video is over. And until the next time I see you, see ya.